All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Ryan Louisbrand. I'm here with Bitwarden for our Vault Hours today. I am hosting along with my coworker here, Vivian. We have Kayla who'll be joining us, and then Sai always giving us a community update later on. First, I'm happy everyone's here. Thank you. Did we have any questions come through early on? That's usually like in the chat. We usually have some sort of level of discussion. Looks like things have been pretty chill this morning. It's Friday. I get it. Here is our agenda for today. We are going to be talking about logging into Bitwarden with passkeys, account switching, in case of emergencies, which is a fun segment that Vivian has, Bitwarden credential management portfolio, data privacy results from our Data Privacy Week survey, and then some community updates as always. So, as always, this is an open discussion. We got a smaller group here today, so no need to be stage shy. Just come on up. We're happy to talk with you. If you have anything, live question, live comment, just drop it in chat, and we'll, you know, bring you on up. So, any initial questions? I didn't see any come in, so we'll just go ahead and move on to some of our agenda items. Maybe that will generate some questions from some folk. I actually have the first topic, and that is logging in with passkeys. And in case you missed it, we made it kind of made its way over to our community forums and Reddit. But we have launched our ability to log into Bitwarden with a passkey, specifically using passkey for encryption as well. This has like a lot of really technical stuff that happens in the background, but this comes from the PRF WebAuthn extension that lets us source an encryption key out of a passkey. Normally, you're not able to do that, so this is an emerging technology, which is why you might notice here this has got the beta tag on it here on the right here, login with passkey. But the cool thing about it is all you need to do is have your key available. For me, I've been using a YubiKey, and you don't need to enter your email address. You don't need to enter your master password. You don't need to have your two-factor authentication. All you need to do is just have that passkey and the authentication pin for that passkey, which is set up on like a YubiKey basis, and then you're in. You don't even have to do anything else. So that's super, super convenient. This PRF technology, as I said, you can use it with decryption. You can use some passkeys that aren't PRF compatible, and it will still log you in with everything, but you still need the master password to decrypt. But right now, this feature is compatible only with Chromium-based browsers, and the type of passkeys that are compatible, any of the newer YubiKeys will do there. So yeah, this is exciting. This will be coming to browser extensions in a future release. But right now it's only for the web vault. So, and yeah, thinking about passkeys too, just to add a little bit more flavor to this. Bitwarden, we've been working with passkeys for a while. The last couple of vault hours I've talked about passkeys, using passkeys as two-factor authentication, being able to create and store passkeys inside of Bitwarden for different websites, and now you're able to use passkeys to log into Bitwarden. So, yeah, we're definitely going down the passkey passwordless route here. All right, next topic. This has been a really exciting release is account switching. We've been able to quickly switch between Bitwarden accounts already on the mobile and desktop application for a little while. But now, as of the January release, which was a couple of weeks ago, the browser extensions now support account switching. So this is great for people who have a work account, personal account that work on your PC. You can just switch between them. You can add up to 5 accounts. They can be on any server, US server, EU server, self-host, and they are completely independent of each other with independent settings, including independent unlock settings, timeout settings, anything of that nature, and they are completely unaware of each other. So there's no linking or anything going on. It's just straight up, like basically different simple account profiles you can switch between. And this is finally we have the whole trifecta here of the applications where people use most. And this is a huge boon for people who, for example, are taking advantage of the free families account that enterprise users get to be able to manage their own account. Say, hey, it's payday, I'm going to log into my bank account. And you can do that from your Bitwarden just by switching accounts and check there without having to put your bank account information inside of your work account. So really good separation, demarcation of your personal data and work data. All right, I see more people are rolling in. At any time, if anyone has any questions, drop them in the chat or put them in the QA window, and we'll talk about it. And again, this is a very back and forth, open dialogue conversation. So don't be scared by the 4 boxes of panels of people up here. We're here to be very casual. Vivian,
And
you had this topic here, right?
yeah, thanks, Ryan. And I also wanted to just say if any of you want to get up on stage and share a Bitwarden experience, I think we're still giving away swag, right, for those who want to present or want to share something. So just a call out there. So in case of emergencies, well, life happens and things happen. So as part of kind of setting the stage here, we have a number of tips on how to protect your Bitwarden account. So obviously taking good care of your main Bitwarden password, protecting your Bitwarden email address, enabling two-step login for Bitwarden and your email account, keeping track of authentication and recovery codes, backing up your vault, and finally, setting up emergency access. Can you do a little click, Ryan? So that is the topic for today, or for the next couple minutes. And this was really inspired by the fact that Bitwarden receives quite a number of support tickets from people who thought that they had been set up as an emergency contact, who had been designated by someone, a friend or a loved one, as an emergency contact. But unfortunately, the process was not completed. And so they thought they had completed the process when in fact they did not. And unfortunately, when something happened to their friend or loved one, they were not able to access their Bitwarden vault. So this topic was inspired by these support tickets, and hopefully we can share this information and remind folks on the call today to make sure if you are setting up emergency contact to complete that process. So I'm going to walk you through what that looks like, and hopefully we can save a couple people from making that mistake. So next slide, Ryan. So what is emergency access? Emergency access is basically a recovery plan. So if something were to happen to you, if you own a Bitwarden account, you have a vault, you're a premium user, you have a premium plan, that is, you can designate people who would be your emergency contact. So if something were to happen to you and you were unable to reach your vault, access your vault, this person would be your backup. And the way to start doing that is through your account settings that I've indicated, top right hand over there. You would start there. You would click on account settings. So I put together, I have a fake friend. Her name is Regina. So I decided for my Bitwarden vault, I want my friend Regina to be my emergency contact. So I would start by clicking on account settings, and from there I would select emergency contact on the left hand side of that. It's a little bit covered by the pop-up window there, and I would add her email address to that email bar there. You can designate whether or not you want your emergency contact person to have view access of your vault, meaning they can see the information, but they wouldn't be able to edit or change anything in your vault. Or you can give them takeover access, which essentially gives them complete access to your vault, so they could edit, share your passwords, they can change your master password as well. So those are 2 different access options that you can select from. You can also select a wait time. So for example, if your designated emergency contact says, hey, I need access to your vault, I have set it here where Regina would need to wait 7 days before she would be able to get access. And then I would click save and the process would start. So on Regina's end, when I click save, she will receive an email notification letting her know that I have selected her to be my emergency contact. So Regina will click this button to confirm and to accept my designation. From there, if she's not a Bitwarden user yet, she will need to create an account. Now, for me to give Regina emergency access, I have to have a premium account, a premium plan, but Regina does not. Regina can create a free account. And so if she doesn't have one, she would select create account. Now, assuming she's gone through the account setup process and she's now a Bitwarden account owner, I will then receive an invitation. I will receive a notification that says that Regina has accepted my invitation. Now the ball is back in my court for me to confirm Regina. And this is what this will look like. So back in my emergency access setting in my Vault, it will show that Regina has accepted my invitation to be my emergency contact. It shows I've given her view access of my Vault. Now, this is where a lot of people think that the process is complete. And please, it's very important to remember that you're not done yet. So what you need to do finally is to click on the three dots to the right there, and it will show a little drop-down menu. You will need to click confirm. This is very important because a lot of people misunderstand and think this is all set up. You do need to click confirm. And from there, once I click confirm, this is what my emergency access section of my Vault would look like. You can see that the little accepted button no longer appears. That means Regina this process is complete. She has been confirmed as my emergency contact. And if something were to happen to me, Regina would be able to have view access of my Vault. So final reminder, this is very important. The emergency contact setup process is a 3-part handshake. So you need to invite your trusted emergency contact. That contact will accept your invitation. And then finally, the ball is back in your court. You need to confirm your new emergency contact. And that is when the process is complete.
This is the same 3-step process that's used for joining an organization too. Like if you have a families organization, or if you're setting someone up with a free organization, or of course the business or teams plans, it's always this 3-part process, and that's because there is a key exchange that's happening in the background to make sure that everything is able to be end-to-end encrypted with zero knowledge.
Yes. So hopefully those of you on the call will remember this. If you do set up emergency contact, or if you do become someone's designated contact, hopefully it will prevent some unfortunate situations. As we do, like I said, we do get a number of support tickets from those who unfortunately just are not able to access their loved ones or their friends' vaults. So which is a sad situation. Any questions? Yes, Sai.
Yeah, so I just turned on my camera. So we did get 2 questions here. Chuck asked, once accepted, can the emergency contact access the account at any time, and what are the restrictions? So that's a great question. When you set someone as an emergency contact, they can't access at any time. So that is why we have that wait time in place. So when they request that access, view or completely taking over that account, you will get a notification email. So you can say either yes or no to grant them that access. If you do nothing, so let's say something happens, you are completely unable to access the internet and you cannot respond or can't get into that account for whatever reason, that's when that 7 days or whatever that wait time kicks in. So if you don't respond in that time frame, that's when they would be given that access you provided. However, before that time frame, as long as you can still get access to that email that's receiving the kind of notification that they have requested that access, you can then either approve or deny. So you don't necessarily have to wait the full 7 days. If you forgot your master password, you can hit approve right now. Great, they get access. However, you also have the ability to deny. So if for some reason you think it's not anticipated or you weren't expecting Vivian's friend to request that access, you can always deny it within that time frame. So it's not immediate. You do have a little bit of time there that you can reject.
And you can also remove an emergency contact at any time as well. If for some reason your friend or loved one becomes a little untrustworthy or you've broken up with them, you can absolutely remove them on your list. And we had another question. How it just popped up on the screen. How are you notified? By mail only or phone? So mostly by email. I don't think Bitwarden has the ability to call anyone, so it will be by email.
So make sure that the email that you use is one that you do monitor for something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We had another question. When will emergency access be updated to allow multiple time frames and select specific items to share with multiple people? I have this feature request comes up every once in a while. I'm not sure how much people are asking for it. So what do you see in the community?
So far, I have not seen a ton of call for that, but definitely would recommend contributing to that feature request in our community. And I'll go find that link and drop it in the chat. So definitely looking for feedback and always looking to improve the product, but we don't believe that changes on our roadmap just yet. But definitely, we want to hear from you. If we get that feedback from enough folks, we'll definitely take a look at implementing some changes.
All right. If nothing else around emergency contact, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. This is a little bit more for maybe on the business side of things, and wanted to talk a little bit about credential management. So before I head into that, again, if you are a security admin on this call or an IT admin, you probably know that your employees, your end users, are using hundreds of different applications within the workplace to do their jobs. And many of the credentials that they use perhaps are not covered by your purview. So just a few stats here around compromised credentials. They account for quite a bit percentage, almost 90% of data breaches. We know that employees aren't great at making strong passwords. In fact, 90% of them admit to reusing them. I think this is from one of our surveys. SSO, single sign-on, is an authentication method used by enterprises, and it offers some protection. And what SSO does is it like I said, it's an authentication method, and it basically helps enterprises ensure that the employees who are accessing certain applications are authorized to do so, and you're not getting outsiders or potential criminals trying to access your internal or workplace applications and tools. Now, the fact is, though, not all workplace applications are covered and protected by SSO. And so this is where Bitwarden comes in. Bitwarden not only integrates with SSO in your identity provider, it provides a way to extend coverage to all of your applications. And so how is Bitwarden doing that? If you've been following Bitwarden, you know that we have expanded our product portfolio. We have always been known as a password manager, but over the last year or so, we have expanded our offerings into secrets management, as well as providing developers a way to easily build passkey experiences for their consumers and their workforce. And so we see this portfolio as providing much, much more broader and comprehensive coverage for enterprises that where their applications may not be supported by SSO. And so these are different applications such as social media applications, quite a few different productivity tools, design, creative applications that may not fall under your SSO purview. And so Bitwarden provides just an extra layer of security through strong credential management and also 2FA. And so we now cover for passwords. Everyone uses passwords. Perhaps if you have a developer team, they are using different types of passwords. They're using machine-to-machine credentials, such as API keys, database keys, that they need to facilitate their development workflows. And then finally, everyone wants passwordless experiences. Everyone is probably ready to move away from passwords. But before that can happen, developers need to build those experiences. And that's where Bitwarden helps pave the way for developers to easily create passkey experiences for end users and for their employees. And so we believe we cover the most comprehensive spectrum of application protection, as well as protecting your credentials across your organization. I think that is it.
That's it. No, all right. So, Kayla, if you would like to, please go ahead and take it away.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Ryan. Hi, everyone. My name is Kayla, and I am the Marketing Communications Specialist here at Bitwarden, making my Vault Hours debut. And today I'm going to be talking to you about Data Privacy Week. So for those of you who don't know, Data Privacy Week is an international effort to empower individuals and businesses to respect privacy, safeguard data, and enable trust. And it is run by the National Cybersecurity Alliance every year during the week of January 28th. It actually used to be just January 28th, Data Privacy Day, but now it's Data Privacy Week because one day is not enough for data privacy. But over here at Bitwarden, we like to run a survey every Data Privacy Week of our community to find out what are the top data privacy tools recommended by the Bitwarden community. So unfortunately, the survey is closed as far as counting the official results go, but if you want to take the survey still just for fun, you can, because the link is still working. So that's the link for you on the screen there. This year, our categories that we asked people to share their favorite apps for were browser, email alias, search engine, messaging app, authenticator, notes app, and a new category we added this year is ad blocker. And you can check out the full results on our blog at bitwarden.com/blog/dataprivacyday. But I'm going to talk to you about a couple of our results right now. So next slide, please. Okay, so for the category of favorite browsers, this year, Firefox once again took the top spot with 48% of the vote. And then Brave came in second with 28%. And then an interesting result from this year is that LibreWolf actually overtook DuckDuckGo, which was third place last year. And LibreWolf came in third with 7% of the vote. And that's particularly interesting because LibreWolf was actually not even an option officially on our survey last year, but we noticed it was a popular write-in option, so we added it this year. And now it's already third. I'll also, if anyone wants to at any time share their thoughts or questions about these apps or our results, feel free to say that in the chat. And then we also have our favorite authenticators. So this year we added our own built-in Bitwarden authenticator as an option, and it actually won first place, which is, I guess, not that surprising since this is a poll of Bitwarden users, but it's always nice to see that the Bitwarden authenticator is loved. And then in second place, we had Aegis at 19%, Ryan. And then in third place this year, 2FAS came in third with 11%. And these are interesting results because in last year's survey, Twilio Authy was actually first, and now it's all the way down to fourth with only 10% of the vote. So it's losing popularity. Then, of course, Yubico, and another new addition we added to the survey this year was Enti, and they came in sixth. I think we had 9 or 10 options total, and they got 7% of the vote, so that's pretty impressive, again, because they weren't even on last year's survey. And now you can change the slide, right? And then another question we added this year was, what do you believe is the most challenging data privacy habit to implement? And the results were pretty spread out, but the thing that people thought was the most difficult was enabling 2FA for every account. That got first with 28%. And I thought that was an interesting result because this is something that maybe if you're not using the Bitwarden Authenticator, could help solve that data privacy challenge for you. Unfortunately, having strong passwords for every account, only 12% of people said that was the hardest to implement. In theory, if you're a Bitwarden user, that should be the easiest. But that's all I have for you today. Again, you can check out the full results on our blog.
All right, thanks, Kayla. Let's go ahead and move on to the news feed. I think, Vivian, you were going to share some of these really fun stories.
Yeah, so we woke up to a great surprise, I think a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago. For those of you who watched the Today Show, they featured a really cool segment on how to kind of get your digital life organized and decluttered. And as part of that discussion and a series of tips that I think Nicole, I can't remember her name, presented on the show, she presented and recommended Bitwarden as a great way to start that process. With Bitwarden, you wouldn't need to remember all your passwords. You just need to remember one password, and all your other passwords are safely stored and secured in your vault. So that was a great surprise to wake up to. And then a great way to kick off the new year is we were selected by CNET as the best overall password manager for 2024. This continues our streak of being selected best password manager across different media outlets such as Android Police and PC World. And Forbes also did a great review of Bitwarden and called out really our strong features, such as offering two-factor authentication. We are zero knowledge encrypted. We allow unlimited devices and syncing, and we have a very strong, fully featured paid plan, free plan. And then this was a fun survey that Bitwarden did for those of you who are sports lovers. If you are using sports-related passwords, just know that you are not unique, and your password is probably not unique. So again, take a look at your passwords, make sure that they are complex and unique across all your accounts. Don't reuse passwords. And if you're using a sports-related password, try to spice that up a little bit and make it a little longer, make it a little more complex.
Yeah, I wonder how many people change their passwords to "Go Lions!" !1 over the weekend. Sorry, Vivian, I know you're in San Francisco right now.
And then a ZDNet writer shared some advice on how to use Bitwarden identities. So as you know, Bitwarden in your vault, we secure more than just your logins and credentials. We also secure credit card information. We secure notes, and we secure identities, which is a form that can allow you to add information of individuals. So for example, I have an identity for my daughter where I have her social security number, I have her birthday, I have all of her kind of personal information stored in a Bitwarden identity. And so this is just another way for you to add different items into your vault, and this article gives you some advice on ways to take advantage of that.
All right, thanks, Vivian. I'll take it from here, talking about the Bitwarden blog, where we post a lot of really cool things, advice on how to handle some things, information about products and new features. I do a lot of writing there, so selfishly, please go read my stuff. Makes me feel better. I'm going to walk through some of the stuff that we had posted in the last few months. First, we talked about this already. Switch between Bitwarden accounts quickly and easily. Super excited about that. It completes the feature. The community gave a big shout, hurrah, when this was released. So super happy about that. Log into Bitwarden with a passkey. This goes into the details of what I had talked about earlier before, about how it works, how what sort of keys encryption needs, and why specifically the PRF extension was used. So you can check this out for more information on that. This was a quick how-to video that was just, hey, some people might be challenged figuring out how to create a new Vault item specifically from the browser extension and not relying on the Save My Password banner. You can do a few more things with that, like having the password generator create your account before you even sign up. So this is a walkthrough of that. Similar to what Kayla was talking about earlier with Cybersecurity Week, there are cybersecurity holidays all throughout the year. I wish I had those days off. I don't think they're nationally recognized holidays, but we still celebrate them all the same by promoting some material on the internet, social media posts, and you're just really trying to bring some more awareness. There's actually quite a few, so just go ahead to our website and go to bitwarden.com/blog and find this one and add things to your calendar so you can all celebrate these cybersecurity awareness holidays together with us and your family and loved ones, and give gifts. I don't know, give passwords, password manager gifts to everyone. We have another how-to about getting password strength included. It's very difficult to create strong passwords. This blog article goes into the details of using a password generator, using a password strength testing tool, even when you're inside or outside of Bitwarden or on different systems. So just great ways to make sure that your password is pretty much impossible to crack. And then just another primer on how you can really help your business be secure with having a password manager that is for your team. Sometimes you don't have to send a password manager out to your entire company. So maybe you just need one specific organization like the IT team or the finance team or the marketing team, or actually maybe it is better to have everyone in your company under a password manager. But in any case, we have a good write-up here in case you need to try to convince anybody at your office. This is a fun one. We had a lot of people who are in the enterprise who are really excited about this. We now support installing Bitwarden to a Kubernetes deployment. You use a Helm chart to do that. So Bitwarden developed a Helm chart so that you could simply install and self-host Bitwarden in Kubernetes. And it was the beginning of a new year. That new year means new budgets. This is a article about why your IT budget should include a company password manager. You're here in Vault Hours already, so I assume you guys are already aware of the value of Bitwarden, but maybe you need some extra material to convince your purchase manager. Well, this article provides some of that, including some hard numbers and some what you could be risking by not having a password manager. And exciting news for Secrets Manager. Now you can self-host Secrets Manager. It was something the team was working on really hard, and now it's available for everyone. So anyone with the enterprise program will be able to self-host Bitwarden Secrets Manager, so you get to keep all the machine data all on your own servers, and apply your own security controls to those. All right, I'm going to move on to help. And Sai, this is where you come in.
All right. Hi, everyone. I don't think I actually introduced myself at the beginning. My name is Sai. I'm the Technical Training Manager here at Bitwarden. So I'll be talking about help. So the Help Center, our Learning Center, as well as community. So in the Help Center, I have a couple of articles that I wanted to highlight. So we do have, in addition to some of the other blog articles that we talked about, a specific guide of how to walk through the process of logging into Bitwarden using passkeys. So that'll walk you through exactly how to set them up, as well as some of the nuance around that. We also have added that new browser extension account switching to our existing account switching article. So you can add that. It's really, really simple. If you're familiar with switching accounts using the other Bitwarden clients, it's going to be pretty much the same process there. And then lastly, this one's more for your admins, but for those of you who do put SIEM solutions in place, we now have a walkthrough guide for how to integrate the Elastic solution. So kind of a cool addition for our repertoire there, and we're continuing to work on adding in more. All right, hopping over into the Learning Center, which is my personal baby. So kind of to comment on some of Vivian's earlier topics. So if you are part of an enterprise organization and you are responsible for administrating that organization, you can also set up account recovery for your users. So we've got a video that'll walk you through how to do that process. So get that master password or perhaps a trusted device reset and get them back in. Also want to call out that always a nice kind of backup plan to have an export of your vault, and you can do that from both an organization and an individual level. So whether you're just using Bitwarden for you or you're using it for your organization, that video will walk you through how to perform the export for both of those scenarios. So not only setting up that emergency access, you've also got some other options available to you depending on how you interact with Bitwarden. All right, now hopping over to our community spaces. So just wanted to do a quick call out. So did you know that Bitwarden has many different communities that we're active in, from our official Bitwarden community at bitwarden.com/community. We also have a very active Bitwarden subreddit, which we just hit 60,000 followers on. Very cool. So thank you very much to everyone who has joined there. And then we're also active on the Mastodon Fossidon servers. So that is free and open source software. That one's a little bit less active, but still a cool community if you are a fan of Mastodon rather than Twitter or X. So we also have a presence there as well. So just speaking in tandem with that kind of comment before of that super active community that we have on Reddit, I'm very excited about that. The top 2 Reddit posts of the last year by you Hughes and O and you Salty Rookie Player were both community redesigns of our Bitwarden applications. So very cool to see. With that in mind, I wanted to introduce our special guest to pop in here. Thanks, Kevin, for hopping up on screen. Kevin is our Director of Product Design to share a little announcement about some cool upcoming events.
Yeah, hey, thanks everyone. So as Sai mentioned, I'm the director of the product design team at Bitwarden. I'm really excited to be here today and kind of connect with what is a really awesome community, especially as Sai highlighted. You guys are in there actually doing designs of our product, which is just amazing to see the passion of this group. I started at Bitwarden pretty late last year, and over the past couple of months, I've been listening to your feedback, your ideas about just how we can improve the experience of Bitwarden. And it's really awesome to have such a passionate community. And I'm really excited to be here. Good news, we've kind of been hard at work on taking a lot of your feedback and your ideas to actively enhance the product experience. And I'm hoping that we're going to have some exciting updates to share soon about that work with you all. In the meantime, I'm going to be making an introduction in our Reddit community next week, and I hope you guys will join me there and keep sharing your feedback, ideas, suggestions on how we can make Bitwarden even better. So thank you again. It's been awesome to connect with you, and I look forward to speaking with you guys again soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah. Let me see. I made you too big. Hang on. How about Okay, unfocused that there. Great. So yeah, the community is gonna have a lot of feedback for you. I hope you're ready to drink from the fire hose on that. It'll be fun. All right. So get involved. As we said, we have a very active community, a very active group. If you are interested in getting involved with Bitwarden, there's several ways you can do so. You can contribute code. We have a program for people who are multilingual and can help with client localization and help translate Bitwarden into your primary language or local language. You could submit a feature request on our community forum, where you could also ask the Bitwarden community if you had any questions about the program. We also have access you can join the beta program, get some of our early apps, some of the builds a little bit earlier when we do those. You will join that on the community forum as well. We also have a special channel there for user research. So if you're interested in, having your opinion taken down, written down, and overanalyzed by a lot of really smart people, they would certainly appreciate that. And you can join the user research channel on our community forum as well. And also we have events quite often that you can attend. You'll see we just had a really big one in December, which was our Open Source Security Summit that Bitwarden helped host, and we had really great speakers there. And you can find more information about that at bitwarden.com/events. And of course, the ultimate way, if you really want to get involved, you can join the company. We have a couple of roles available on our website right now. You can find everything at bitwarden.com/careers. We are a great place to work certified. Although it says to February 2024, the surveys are going out again for this year, and I can pretty much guarantee it's going to happen again, as we are certified as a great place to work. So if you're interested, if you don't find anything on there that you think will quite exactly match your role, we also have a general interest form that you could use, so you could just go in through that. And now for events that are upcoming, let's see. We have the weekly team demo that happens every week at noon Eastern on Wednesday. You could, special topic for next Wednesday, 31st, moving items from individual vault to an organization vault. Actually, I think I'm the one hosting that. So someone's telling me I'm going to have a special topic. So I'll make sure I've got that set up. So if you guys want to come see me give a demo, I'm sure it'll be super interesting for everybody. And we'll go through that special topic. And then we also have an MSP demo. We do this once a month. The next one's coming up on February 8th, also at noon Eastern at the link here. All right. And finally, one last thing. First, before we get to this, any questions, comments from anybody right now? Q&A has been a little bit quiet. I'm sure we'll see some questions later when we repost this, and we'll monitor that sort of thing. But for people who have registered here, we offer a Bitwarden store giveaway. We have some really great stuff up in the shops right now. There's a hacker hoodie that I got that I really like. Like the one that's got like the big hood over the top. A lot of really cool things up there. Beanie right now for people who are in cold weather. In order to participate in this giveaway, it's kind of like a drawing. So just visit our bitwarden.com/shop. You go to the contact form and then just send an email to us saying that you heard about the giveaway during Vault Hours 37. You have 24 hours from now to get that in, and we will notify you via email. And to those of you who've been with us before, please, no repeat winners. We have a list. We'll check you against it, and we'll send you a frowny face. So now, please, go check this out, send in, and hopefully you'll get something. So good luck. And that is all that we had for today. Any sort of questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm going to be playing some music to play us out, but I will be sticking around and active in the chat box and Q&A for the next few minutes. So, did anybody else have anything to add or anything to say?
I just had one call out, and I actually threw it in the chat already, but just to kind of tag on to what you said about getting involved, we do have a user research active right now in community, looking on how we can improve our reporting. So that's mostly looking at organization reporting, but we'd love to hear your thoughts. So if that's something that you have ever used before, or maybe you just have some ideas, we'd love to hear any feedback you have, because that is one of the things that we will be working on in the coming months. So definitely looking forward to any experiences you've had or anything you'd like to see as we work through those improvements.
Thank you, Sai. Yeah, I know the team's been looking forward to that research for a little bit. So, yes, I'm sure there'll be some great input. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Catch you all next time.